Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is the video I have been meaning to get out to you forever, and sorry it's taken me so long. It is the well-anticipated video I'm most excited about, which is giving you a tour of my professional makeup kit. So I am Cher, and I usually blog a lifestyle, beauty, and parenting disabilities occasionally, mostly kind of a beauty channel here these days. And so today's no exception with beauty. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I have recently started a local makeup practice and still very new, but I'm loving it. Last video, I shared kind of some behind the scenes as I was vlogging, starting up my new business. But on this one, I wanted it to be particularly for giving you a tour of the actual makeup kit itself. So you can go back and watch that video of the vlog, several previous videos that are kind of leading up to this one, but this is the final, like, come look at my kit because it is complete. Super excited for this. Stick around and let's get started. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Okay, so here is the kit. Dun, 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 dun. Don't you love the pink? All right, but let's talk about this kit for a minute. I'm not going to recommend it, as I've mentioned in previous videos. So the biggest reason is it's very tall and skinny, so it's kind of flimsy, to be honest with you. I feel like it doesn't roll that well. I mean, it rolls okay, but going over bumps, it's like I'm always scared it's gonna fall apart. So just gonna kind of get in here and show you. I do love, okay, so you know, it has the little pulley thing, and then you can just slide, like this slides on top of it, so I can kind of push it around with this on it. But like I said, I feel that it's I wouldn't say it's the sturdiest, least flimsy. For the price, it was not bad though. It does have a lot of room. I felt in the beginning like it had a lot of room, but now that I have gotten my kit full of everything I need, I have kind of outgrown it. And so I don't know that I really recommend it for like a full-blown professional makeup artist. I recommend this more for maybe a student, somebody in training that has some stuff, I don't know. It doesn't carry for a full-blown amount of what I think you need to be a professional makeup artist. I would recommend spending a few more, I don't know, 50 bucks more, or maybe it was about 100 more, probably 100 more, on a really, really good quality one. I don't know. I'd say it's like middle quality. I do love the pink though. I love the look of it. I think it's so cute and pretty. Just functionality wise, I'm completely out of room. So now it does have pretty decent organization in here, but again, I'm starting to overflow on certain areas, and I still need some more things. I'm going to be adding more things and more services, and I'm completely out of room in it. Okay, so breaking it down piece by piece, we're going to start off with, this is kind of what I call my like skincare and tools, sanitation bag sort of. I did need an extra bag because, as I said, the kit just does not hold everything. So I'm going to start giving you a tour of this. This is where all of my like kind of sanitation stuff is. And then there's another part up here. So let's start off with down here. Okay, so we've got cotton balls. Really what I use the cotton balls most for is like eye makeup remover, you know, something that just needs a little cleanup. We've got Q-tips. I use Q-tips like crazy for everything. The cotton wedges, the sponge things, these are good for sometimes when I'm doing like I do a lot of baking, especially here in Florida. We bake our makeup, not baking like pies. I always bake because it's hot here and everybody sweats. Okay, so I use these especially for baking and for like if I want to do any angles on the eyes, those kind of tricks. I've got these little cotton rounds. These also help with applying skincare a lot of times, and or just getting, you know, using like micellar water or something to help them cleanse their face more if they don't have a clean face. And then these are all my alcohol wipes. I use a ton of these. I actually kind of stole these from my daughter's supply because she's diabetic. And so we always have a ton of alcohol wipes on hand, you know, for doing syringes with insulin and that kind of thing. So I use them especially for sanitizing like the brow pencils, lip liner pencils, and wiping down my little steel spatula, which I'll show you in a little while, those kind of things. So that's mostly what the alcohol wipes are for, or those kind of sanitations. Then I've got hair clips over here, and I always sanitize these as well after every use. And these kind of hair clips, there's like 2 different kinds. These honestly I use the most. And then these are like smaller little clips, and some bobby pins are down in there too. And then we have our mascara wands here. And then I also always keep little sample cups, which I need to get a different kind of sample cups. I had other ones I need to restock, but these are different ones. But this is for just if I'm doing makeup for somebody who particularly liked, say, the foundation or something that I used on them. I let them take some home to try and play around with, usually like Arbonne, and they can buy more from me later. Or the smaller samples, I need to order more. I'm using as like a bride kit or like a little kit for touch-ups, so that I'd squirt a little bit more of the lipstick or something in there for them, so that they still have whatever things they might need later on when I'm not there anymore. So this is kind of a little bit of the sanitary side. Now I'm going to show you, there's really not room here. This is supposed to be for brushes, and there's just no room. This thing is packed full, so I don't even put anything in here, but I will show you the top of it. Okay, so now here's the top part. This is kind of the like skincare area. So what I like to do is, you know, I start them off with some moisturizer, get them a clean face, that kind of thing. So up here is a lot of the moisturizer. I have a lot of my Arbonne samples, and it's for all different skin types. So I have one for the sensitive line. If somebody has very sensitive skin, we have what's called our calm line. I've got sort of just the regular skincare for kind of every day. I've got anti-aging as well, like for the older folks. Like me, that's the one that I'm on, so I don't even want to say the older folks because that includes me. And what else we got? Those were the main. Oops, this doesn't zip that way. It zips from this side. Anyway, so this is kind of like moisturizer up here. All right, then down here. So one of the things I've been considering doing, I haven't started this yet, but I think I'm going to start, is I'm going to offer different types of packages eventually for like the brides and bridesmaids, where they could almost book a separate or just an additional skincare, like pre-makeup session, where they're just totally pampered for the big day, especially the brides. And so it just could be like a complimentary, not complimentary, but like maybe just a little bit added bonus. Like they could, I haven't decided how much I'm going to charge extra, but you know, I don't know, like maybe 10, 20 bucks at the most extra if they want to opt for kind of like a spa experience beforehand. So, you know, I could have like my sheet mask where they are like getting all moisturized. Now this is cleanser. I do have my cleanser if they needed a face wash, and everything's vegan, as I've said. But so this is like my normal stuff. I would normally do that with, give them cleanser and wash their face if they needed it. But as part of a spa little package, I was thinking I might start doing like these little eye masks. They could kind of sit with their eye masks and get cleaned up while I'm doing somebody else's face, and just kind of enjoy, I don't know, just having really nice, like moisturized eyes and face, really ready to go and be all pampered. But I don't know that I'm going to have time to sit and do that for everybody for every bridal party, especially if we have big parties. So I was thinking I would kind of offer more of this as like a extra little bonus if they wanted to book it, kind of thing. But for the general person who would just kind of do the normal thing, this is just extra moisturizer from our aging line and the cleanser. And then we have eye makeup remover. I've got micellar water, brush spray. Now this is just for a quick squirt, cleaning brushes, but it's not as sanitizing. So to sanitize in between people. Now, if I'm using the same person and I just want to brush, you know, clean off like some color off of the brush, but I'm still using it on the same person, I would use this. But I have a different cleaner I'll show you in a few minutes that I use if I need to sanitize in between people, because that's the one that is more effective than like alcohol wipes, and the only one that I could really do that's actually sanitary. So this is just for like a quick brush spray between colors for the same person. So just to specify that. And then I have setting spray over here. So this is just kind of, like I said, the sort of my skincare slash, you know, all those little extra little needs that people have. So anyway, that's this bag. This is the general skincare and sanitation bag, so to speak. So now we're going to move on to the kit itself. Okay, next I'm going to show you the top of the kit, and I'm going to show you kind of how it opens. It's just like the old school caboodles. I don't know how many of you, well, most everybody is not my age. We had caboodles growing up in the 80s and 90s. I think it kind of all disappeared after, I don't know, for a while, like in the early 2000s, nobody heard of them. And now it's like they've made a comeback and everybody's got caboodles again. So these are like, I mean, I'm just used to growing up with caboodles. Okay, so this is kind of a lot of the top piece is basically my complexion and eyes and cheeks, I guess is the best way we describe this. I don't know. This is how I had to organize it. So let's start over here at the top. Okay. Sorry, this is not part of it. We'll talk about what's over here in a minute. But so we're going to start on this little corner here. This is basically the bronzers and cheeks and highlights. So most of it is, you know, I don't know. It kind of covers a lot of what I need. I've got my Arbonne in here. Physicians Formula. We've got some Juvia's Place, some Ofra, some Wet n Wild. But I'm running out of room to put everything, as you can see. I use a mix of everything. Arbonne, high-end, drugstore. Honestly, the Wet n Wild drugstore works just as great as the others. The Physicians Formula works just as great as the others, and I really like Physicians Formula, so, you know, I mix it all in. Then we come here. This is our kind of the brow and lash. As I've talked about before, I use mostly e.l.f. as my drugstore of choice. So I've got mostly like e.l.f. Brow pencils, e.l.f. brow gel. I'm going to look into the Benefit Universal Brow, because I hear that you can pretty much knock out like almost all colors with just that one. So I may just grab the Universal one and stock that instead of all these different colors. And I've got my lash glues for doing lash application. We've got tweezers. We've got the scissors to cut them. Eyelash curler right there. So that's kind of the lashes and brow spot. Down here is our mostly like foundation and primers and contour. I do have like, this is a contour and highlight palette, and there's another one underneath it that is a Morphe highlight and contour palette, and also the setting powders and stuff. So this is kind of like your base is how I like to think of it. So for foundations, as you see, I've got mostly, I use Arbonne for all of that. And then I have our primer, a couple others, and then I have a couple other foundations, just, there's a couple buried under here too. Just ones that I had, but you know, for the most part, I always use Arbonne. And like I've talked about before, I like to use mostly vegan, cruelty-free, you know, all that. It covers all of those criteria, but you can watch that in another video. Okay, and then got some like contour sticks here, contour palettes. We'll go ahead and cover like the setting powders. This Airspun, like I've talked about before, is a great dupe for just the Laura Mercier setting powder. So I feel like it's like all I need, or translucent powder. And then I have our Arbonne, some setting powder, some Urban Decay setting powder. I've got that crappy L'Oreal that I never liked. powder in there. And then I'll just give you a little tour real quick of the highlight and contour palettes because I just love them. Okay, I don't really have to show you this, but this is just one of my favorite palettes I've always had, and so it covers like everything I need. So if this is not the prettiest thing you've ever seen, isn't that gorgeous? This is the Tarte. I love it. This one's a cream contour. Actually, these two are contours and the rest is highlight. It's just such pretty highlights and stuff. So I had to have that. And then I also really always love the Morphe one. As you can see, I've hit pan. So this is a good highlight and contour as well. It's a lot more for like those yellow skin tones. And I feel like this one is better for more of the pink undertones and I meant undertones on the other one, more of like the pinks and, you know, lighter tone people. So, you know, a lot to choose from on contour and highlight. And I do notice though that because it's buried down in there, half the time I don't use this because I get lazy and it's like I gotta go dig to go get it. So I probably need a better place for it and store my like contour and highlight together in a different place. Okay, we're gonna move on to the concealer ones. Okay, so this spot is for all the concealers. Now, definitely have run out of room for all the concealers in here too. Okay, you see it's mostly drugstore. And I will tell you, okay, I've started getting, these are the e.l.f. camo ones, and I much prefer those over these Maybelline or Magic Eraser, or whatever you call them, Instant Rewind. Okay, so these are good products for like your own use. But because I can't put these sponges on people's faces for sanitary reasons, I have to get the color out of here, put it on my little spatula, little pan, and then apply with a brush. And it's the worst application. I cannot get the color out of this sponge. It's not concentrated enough. It won't come out. I spend so much time trying to get that color out that I'm like, screw it. So I'm going to be replacing any of these with other concealers, and I'm probably either going to do it with our Arbonne concealer or more of the camo or Tarte Shape Tape are kind of my top picks for what concealer I use. So just wanted to kind of mention that if you are a makeup artist. Now this little spot up here is for the fancy eye stuff, not fancy, but like either cream shadows, shimmery shadows, glittery shadows, like that are kind of separate individual loose pigments, that kind of thing, or eyeliner or like color correcting. It's just kind of like all the random stuff. So one of the things I love, I've mentioned before, I love to put this on brides, the Anastasia of Beverly Hills loose pigment. I also love, this is a Maybelline one. It's not, I don't think it's vegan or any of those that I usually look for, or cruelty free, but just wanted to mention it. This is a good one for like bridal too, like even though it's drugstore, but it's a good color for bridal. It has that really big pop. I love this. I had gotten my Ipsy. It's been great for like party looks. A lot of gold sparkles is where, as well as the Violet Boss. I've got my black cream. It's black cream eyeshadow, but it's used for eyeliner, really. I've got a couple of eyeliner pencils, a white one, a brown one, a black one, in case I need them, but I usually don't use them. And I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Rose Gold. I have different color correctors, which I want to get a color correcting palette instead, because NYX isn't really that great, but it's just, they just happen to have the colors I needed. Like I always want like an orange one for under the eyes and a green one for like covering acne. So I really want to look into more of a color correcting palette. Okay, now I think we're finished with the top piece and we're going to move on to the middle pieces. Okay, the next one down is my lips. This is my lip kit. So I had to move it to this because it had better separators for me. The lips were just out of control. I could never find the colors I wanted and had in mind, because there's just so many different kind of colors you want. So I really had to get, I needed to move it to where it had the separator. Okay, so how I have it split up with the lips. I've got my lip liners in here. Really mostly use drugstore for my liners. And then these are, you know, the lip dispensers, lip brushes and all, of course. I've got lip glosses over here, mostly drugstore as well. We have Arbonne lip gloss too, but then I usually mostly do the Milani plump ones. I love the plumping glosses, and I've got some e.l.f. as well. Those are my main glosses that I use. And then, okay, these are like the lip stains and more liquid lipsticks and stuff. I've got a little bit of drugstore, and then I've just got all kinds of random lip stains that I've found in all different colors. I don't usually put those on, especially don't do it on like brides. I try to stick with like the bullet ones, but I'm going to experiment more because obviously they just don't last, you know, whereas the liquid stains, liquid lipsticks and stains and stuff, they tend to last all day. It's just harder to work with is what I found. Like, you got to be perfect with it. If you mess up, you're screwed. So that leaves the 3 different categories for my bullet lipsticks. So I broke them out. I was having the hardest time trying to find which one's which, and I was constantly like turning them over, trying to look and see, okay, what's this color? What's that one? I've got it separated according to color to help me know easier how to find the certain colors I'm looking for. So these are more my like nudes and kind of brownie safe shades here. We've got mostly like MAC, Charlotte Tilbury. I can't remember. I think that's most of what's in there. These are the kind of darker, like reds, berries, wine colors, the much darker, like powwow colors in here. And as you see, that's my most like popular one. They're packed. This ranges from everything from MAC to our Arbonne to Lancome. I can't remember. That's the majority of what I have in that one. And then these are the pinks, like pretty pinks, like I don't know, bright pink, but also kind of light and lilac, and that, you know, the pinky, the reds and wines and darks, and the nudes. Okay, then the next little bucket here in section, this is kind of like my brush bucket, basically. So I tend to have bundles of brushes, but you know, when you have to have, say like you have 10 girls in a wedding party, before I was thinking I was going to have 10 sets of bundled brushes for every girl, because I, you know, wouldn't have time to sanitize the brushes and let them dry in between each girl, which would get really expensive, because when you think about it, you're looking at like $60, $70 a pop at least for a bundle of good brushes. And really that's on the cheap end, because I found all mine on deals. So what I discovered was this amazing brush cleaner. It's Cinema Secrets, and it's quick drying, so you can actually dry in between girls really quickly, and it is a sanitary, effective way, even better than just like straight alcohol. So the only thing is, I mean, it is quick drying, and I usually use it between girls, but I have noticed that on these bigger brushes like this one, it took a little while to dry, and I really couldn't work on it. So I do still need a couple of bundles to let like these bigger brushes dry in between for a little while. So I come with like, you know, about 3 sets of bundled brushes, and then I have extras buried down under there in case I need like an extra type of brush. So I don't have it planned for like 10 different sets. I just have a few bundles, and then I work on cleaning brushes in between each girl. And this is the little pan for it. You just pour the liquid into this brush cleaner. And I have the little sponge with refillable sponges where you can kind of clean your brushes in between, just rub off dirt and stuff. I've got beauty blenders. I need to restock on these because, as I've said before, I have to have a separate beauty blender for every single girl, or, you know, maybe not girl, for every single person. Because you can't reuse those. It's just, you know, you're never going to get all the germs out of a sponge because it holds so much. So I don't just reuse them. I don't clean them and reuse them. So I need to get more. This is my little mixing pan where I, you know, I put out like either lipstick or the concealer and use the brush from there. Sometimes I mix colors on it, and then you can just wipe it down with an alcohol wipe when you're done, because it's stainless steel. And then I always carry my reusable Ziploc bag things. This is where I put all my dirty brushes when I'm done, or like anything that I want to sanitize. I drop it in these bags as I go along, take home. And then this is a mirror, like a hand mirror for people to be able to see themselves if there's not a mirror close by. And these are just like some refillable sponges that go in here. So that's kind of the brush and accessories little spot. Okay, and then this is the bottom bucket. So it's pretty deep here. Okay, the only thing missing right now is my folder. I usually have my intake folder, which I showed you in my last video. That little folder that has a lot of like the looks that people might want, order forms, my money bag, just kind of everything I need like administratively. I usually lay the folder on top of everything in here, and it's just not in here right now because I was working on it downstairs. But anyway, so this is kind of my where I store all the eyeshadow palettes and all my lashes. And then I always bring like a roll of paper towels with me too, because things get messy. And then I usually have my folder, like I said. And then I also have an Ardell catalog randomly in here because it's just the only place I could stuff it. So anyway, okay. Some of my favorite palettes, because I'm doing all different looks, I'm not just doing bridal. So, I mean, I do all different like crazy colors I keep in here because I also do like fun festive looks. I do photo shoots where we're doing different themes. I do boudoir, I do weddings, I do parties. I'm now doing face painting, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So I don't just have like your standard everyday little like bridal same kind of colors either. For my favorite bridal ones though, Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance is my go-to. And what else? Let's see, that's a nude palette. That's probably my number one, to be honest with you. I have also our Arbonne palettes that I use a lot because they have like everything cools and warm tones. I use this Jeffree Star Morphe palette for absolutely everything, you guys. And it's because, hold on, let me get it open. So I use like the neutrals in it, but then I can also do these awesome, the glitters. I can use this for kind of the smoky on the ends. It just has a lot of perfect colors. You've also got kind of some light pinks. So I have actually used this both for like bridal and big, bold party looks as well. So this is like the best palette, I have to tell you. I also love this big Morphe one. This was the, sorry, it is a mess. I need to clean everything up. This was the Plum Pleasers palette. It's got a lot of purples in it, but I really love to use all these neutrals here and kind of more, I don't know, taupes and grays. And so it really gives you a lot of different options. Those are probably my favorite palettes to do just general, like, everyday looks, you know, just your typical kind of neutral smokies, bridal, that kind of thing. Then the more party looks, you know, I mean, you see, I like to bring like big bright colors in case I need them. And some good just tans. I've got like a smoky one. This is known as Sunrise palette for like the yellows and reds. This one is a purple Juvia's Place. This is the Huda Beauty lilac in case I need more like lilac colors. This has a lot of different like kind of pastels and brights for big party looks too. You know, I just want to make sure I'm kind of covered. This is Wear palette for like the golds. This is one for some nudes. I've even got ColourPop in here because I really love this for like, there's certain shimmers and pinks and golds that I love. Anyway, and then the Jeffree Star Blue Bloods because I don't have a lot of them that have a lot of blues, so I wanted this for like the blues. I wanted to just make sure I had a good range of all the different color stories in case somebody wanted a certain look, you know. Jeffree Hill bling boss, whatever you call that. Just good party one too, with the pinks and purples. And so anyway, just wanted to kind of be covered. And then I even have a glitter palette here too, in case I just need extra pressed glitter. Here's my lashes. I stocked up a lot. I kind of look for deals. I get a lot of promo codes on Amazon, being an affiliate, and so when I see good deals, I got these lashes, a whole bunch of packs of lashes for like $6 or something. So I hopped on it, stocked up on this one too. And then I also buy, if I buy the regular kind that are not deals, I usually get Ardell, so different styles of Ardell. This was a good one my girl recommended that I haven't opened yet for bridal. I haven't tried these Kiss ones either. I just love the look of them. I love the mink ones, you know, those are my favorite style of lashes. So I got those to try. I haven't tried them on people yet, so we'll see. I've done Kiss on myself, but I want to see how it goes putting them on others too. So now I also have started doing face painting as well, and this is a completely different beast in and of itself, but I wasn't sure if I was going to do face painting or not, but man, once I announced that I might do it, I had about I can't even tell you how many inquiries. I've had so many people looking into the face painting. You know, I think so many people are just looking for like birthday party ideas, especially right now with COVID, and people are not wanting to have huge parties anymore out places. They want to just kind of do like a little bit of friends, and face painting is like the perfect thing where you can just bring somebody to your house for a little while, paint faces, and have something to do, but not like super expensive. And so anyway, that one has been a hit since I kind of talked about it. So I've started gathering, this is just sort of my separate face paint kit, I guess, and I'm probably just gonna have to get a different bag eventually because it's very small at the moment. But this just kind of has, oops, how do I get it open? Hang on a minute here. Okay, I just took it all out and spread it on the bed to show you. So I have different face painting kits, and I'm gonna have to get more obviously, but these kind of got me started to begin with. They're just all water-based. I have had some people ask me if I have vegan face paint, so I'm kind of have to start researching that, since I am, you know, I like to carry all the vegan and Arbonne and everything in my makeup kit. I want to try to do it for face painting as well, but I don't have it at the moment. This is just like a whole bunch of different glitters. I noticed there were some girls that really wanted some jewels, and I didn't have enough. I ran out of them, so I just kind of stocked up on a few of these little like sticker jewels to accentuate little designs. I've got a little bit of things for stencils. Some of these face painting kits have stencils in them too. Some bigger brushes and sponges I needed. Another thing of brush cleaner. I was using that on the face painting brushes as well in between kids, just to sanitize between kids too. And then this is kind of my smaller paint brushes in here, where I'm just hanging on to all the face paint brushes. So that's kind of the start of my face painting collection, but it's not very big yet because I just now decided to do the face paint as well. Honestly, it's much cheaper to go with, to do a face painting business. It's like you really just need a few different face painting options and you're good. Whereas with makeup, you need so much. So I think with face painting, I'm going to be charging a lot less than with doing professional makeup. But again, we're just getting started. So I've got some very low rates at the moment. And then over time, as I get more practice, I'm going to start upping the rates. So, but anyway, I think that covers most everything. Okay, guys, I think that wraps it up. So excited to be able to show off my kit. I love it so much. Like I said, I've completely run out of room, so I'm looking to upgrade. Another thing actually that I wanted to talk about was that I might be, you know, I mentioned that I'm going to probably build in extra little services here and there in different packages people can choose from. So one of them was they can actually add on an additional like spa, you know, skincare. And there's so many other things we have in Arbonne that I can bring in as well with like a spa experience. So many different things. I mean, creams and face masks and the gels, and, you know, just give them a whole wonderful, luxurious day for their wedding day. But another thing that I'm looking into and researching is Airbrush Foundation. And, you know, the girl that I shadowed under, she offers Airbrush as well, and just seeing an amazing difference it makes in the complexion is just, it's incredible. The coverage, and it's, you know, just great for like outdoor weddings and whatnot. So, but that's a whole separate system. I am actually talking with a brand right now that is going to let me try their products. Working through a contract at the moment, and I'm going to test them out, see how I like them, and if I really like them, I might go ahead and stock up on a lot of their foundations and be able to offer the airbrush system as well. But that's going to require a whole separate kit, or at least like a foundation kit, airbrush kit or something. So that's another thing I might be adding on, but I haven't gotten there yet. I just figured I would mention it. So obviously I'm going to need a whole nother kit besides this one, and I'm in the market for it. So, but that will maybe be another video when I get there at that point. But anyway, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.